Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always...
Oh, you know, Eric Icarus.
The old man stripper himself.
Black Lightning.
He's an old man stripper.
I like it.
If you follow us, you know Eric once tried to be a debonair Don Juan.
I did.
Kids, you can find us on Instagram at the REC Podcast. You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast. You can follow the shop at REC Comics. And you can come check us out at 7679 North Union Boulevard in Colorado Springs. And you can follow Digitus
_Digitus_Imputicus.
I post it in other things, guys. Just click on the ones that have the links. I'm sorry. He does it. It's his thing.
I haven't found one I've liked
I know.
yet.
I know. I get it. I get it.
I might just go back to Eric _J_Wheeldon. I might just go back to that.
I mean, why
that's
not?
just easier.
Eric J _Icarus. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
That actually plays
I'm
into
getting too
this.
fancy with it. I don't need to be this fancy with it.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
Yeah,
You see this guy dress a salad. Real fancy. Too many croutons, all right? Too many croutons. It's been a little while, guys. As you can tell, we are babbling. We are excited to do a show. We've just been busy, guys. We know we apologize. We know consistency is key in this podcast game, and you love hearing our sultry voices. But life gets in the way.
Sure does.
Many things have happened since last we spoke, and what we want to focus on today is Disney Plus's Obi-Wan Kenobi series. We are on episode 4 as of this recording. It's been met with many positive reviews and many negative reviews. I don't understand. You guys are going to hear it here. You're going to hear the truth. I love this show. It's my favorite Disney Plus show, including the Marvel stuff. I've enjoyed this. Now, I don't know if my expectations, I don't think they were low. No. This just really exceeded what I was expecting to get. I was not expecting, and kids, we are going to talk spoilers. Okay, this is your spoiler warning. So if you have not watched the first 4 episodes, I'm sorry, but we're talking about them. I was not expecting this burnt out Jedi story that we're getting. We open and, we're kind of seeing, they did a great kind of last time in Star Wars recap in the beginning, which I thought was really clever. Even for someone like us, who this was our Star Wars. If you think about it, like our Star Wars is the prequels.
It is.
It is, because we were the right age for it. Because honestly, I don't like, I've talked about it. I'm not a big fan of the original trilogy outside of the concept.
Sure.
Because I was not alive in 1977. It did not. I watched it after I had already seen things like Ghostbusters and Indiana Jones.
Right.
Things that really still blow me away to this day that I can still watch. Whereas the OTC guys, I'm sorry, I don't watch it very often anymore.
Yes.
So we're getting more from our Star Wars, and I mean, again, not a huge prequel fan either. No. So but I think I can speak for both of us. We loved Obi-Wan. We loved Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
We loved. We loved Darth Maul.
We loved Mace.
We loved Mace Windu.
Yeah. There's a lot. There are things to be said in the positive light for the prequels. It's not all bad. It's just the execution of it was very awful.
Yes, and that
the dialogue's bad too.
Dialogue not great, and our expectations were through the roof. And I mean, when you saw in the trailer, when we saw this new Sith who looked way cooler than Darth Vader ever did. Don't get me wrong, Darth Vader's still one of the greatest looks ever.
Oh yeah.
But when we saw that, it was just like, oh my gosh, and it just always fell short. They always trip up on that last couple hurdles, and really, I guess drop the ball in most senses.
Lots of times drop the ball. It just and then the new sequels drop the ball too.
Yeah,
big time.
So you and I have never really experienced the Star Wars magic, in comparison to how we felt about the first Avengers movie.
Right. That's our Star Wars.
That's our You're right there. That magic there. I get it, guys. Once I saw Avengers 1, and I was just blown away, because even now when I rewatch it, it's not even in the top 10 of my favorite, other than the fact that it is just full of that.
It kickstarted a genre.
Yes.
And it deserves its place because of what it did. But when you stack it up against other MCU films, you're like, okay, it doesn't quite have what we're used to
it matured.
now. It did mature. You know?
Which Star Wars never really matured, except when it came to the animated stuff, which is still the best Star Wars stuff made. Is all the animated stuff, like almost all of it.
Even in the comments, some of the Dark Horse stuff is great.
Oh yes, the expanded universe is,
which apparently is not canon.
They're canonizing things now. We are getting.
I thought they were cauterizing things.
Well, they were trying to, and now they're like, oh wait, we can reconnect these paths. But we digress. I'm loving this series. I think it's doing for Obi-Wan Kenobi what Logan kind of did for the Wolverine series, where we like the Wolverine movies because we like Hugh Jackman, and they're not good, except for Logan.
Oh, God.
So we have this kind of burnt-out Jedi thing going on, which is just like, I didn't expect that. I figured he would just be, keeping the faith, doing his thing in his cave, because even in the show, he's talking to Uncle Owen, the same Uncle Owen, and he's a good actor, and I'm forgetting his name right now. But the same Uncle Owen from the prequels, like all of the ages kind of make sense now. Mm-hmm. Everybody aged fairly gracefully.
Yeah, they did.
And gosh, I saw this thing because obviously Celebration was going on when the first episode appeared, which happened while we were on our little hiatus. And one thing that I thought really was cool was that Ewan McGregor said that it kind of has rekindled his love for Star Wars.
Sure.
Because, and this I think is going to come to play in our conversation, and we can get there now, that, again, his movies weren't well received. We all of us really enjoyed Obi-Wan, but it just never, those movies never clicked. And he even said that Star Wars left a bad taste in his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
But the kids, the young kids, because we were, in 8th grade, 9th grade? Something like that.
Yeah.
When the prequels came out. But there were kids who were 7, 8, and that is their Star Wars, and it's perfect.
Sure.
They love it, with the exception of Jar Jar Binks. That seems to be...
Yeah,
we all unite on that front. Nobody really cares for the Jar Jar character. But this is their Star Wars. And I talk to far more people who enjoy the prequels more than I talk to people who dislike them, and they're younger than I am. Ooh. So now, this is what I always wanted for Transformers, and I know I'm going a lot of places, guys, but when I was a kid, Transformers was this thing, and we were even a little too young to fully enjoy it.
Right.
But we did watch that stuff.
Of course, yeah.
And then when
G.I. Joe, and
yes, and then when we got those movies, they didn't mature in any way, and they were a little too silly for how good they looked.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, in Obi-Wan, I felt like it matured, and it matured in a huge way. We're seeing, like I said, this burnout Jedi, this Obi-Wan Kenobi who, should be this torchbearer, and he's staying low. He's keeping his head down. There is straight up injustice going around him. He's not doing it. He's stealing extra food for his animal. That's cool. Hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do your hustle. But it was very interesting to see all of the ways that he had been a Jedi and all of the ways that he is no longer that man. That Ben Kenobi, even though it's a terrible alias, is a different person than Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I don't know. To me, he's coming across like Aladdin and Dukes from Semi-Pro.
Dukes. Which one was Dukes?
Dukes was the one that had to shoot the basket for the check, and he ends up making the basket.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie Earl, how do you say his name? He played Rorschach.
Yeah, Jackie Earl Haley.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that kind of bummy look to him, and he's stealing.
Yeah,
laying low.
Yeah, but he's just taking a little bit of extra, land tuna, whatever that is that he's cutting up in that factory.
Yeah, I think it's ahi.
It's fine
Space
ahi.
They're on Tatooine.
Yeah, they're on the outer rim.
Great ahi at Tatooine.
Yeah, well, they're repackaging it. It's not, they're packaging it as quality ahi. It's sand ahi, guys. It is not. It's hot. I don't know how it's not being properly refrigerated. That's all I
gotta say. Well, let's take it from the start. Let's start episode 1 real quick. Let's hit up episode 1.
Eric, you're being quite
quiet on this.
I
want to get to the end of. Okay, I'm just gonna say I'm not a fan.
Okay.
It's not bad. It doesn't deserve all the.
Is it
BS.
my fault? Did I hype it up?
No. Because you know what? Before I started watching it, Ro was saying, "Hey, look, this is good. You're gonna love it." He didn't spoil anything for me, but he said, "Look, this shows, this comes in, this comes here." Gave me the premise. I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Because Eric's not the biggest Star Wars guy.
I like it. But I'm like, I'm not super involved in it. But I just think Disney is mishandling. I just want to say, look, this is the Obi-Wan Kenobi story, and we're getting too much filler. There's just too much filler in this for me.
Okay.
And I feel like Stephanie Chow, I always forget, the director.
Okay. Yeah.
She, I don't know if she ever watched a Star Wars movie. It's not very... it doesn't look like it doesn't give me the aspect of a fantasy surreal desert planet. Maybe they're not going for that, but they kind of should, to give it a little what we call continuity. And I will say the biggest thing that is kind of I'm stewing over is, how do you not have the Imperial March? How dare you?
But we're getting there, man. I think we're going to get there. We're not done.
We're not done, but first time we see Vader, we should hear, maybe not full on score, but give us a little of the notes of the Imperial March.
They give us a little. They give us some, but not enough.
It's a knockoff. Who owns the rights to that anyway? Fox still?
No, they've got them. They have to have them. I mean, if they've got the characters, they got to have the music. Okay, that's interesting.
I want a Grand Inquisitor story.
I do,
but I don't want it in my Ben Kenobi story.
Yeah. But we need. One of the biggest problems with Star Wars is that they're always trying to not give us lightsabers, and they're trying. We do so much lightsaber, or we've had so many good lightsaber duels.
Yes.
Here and there. Mm-hmm. They never ever really feel long enough. But even in Revenge of the Sith, the Obi-Wan Anakin fight is really fun.
Cool.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah, it is,
and really leads into this show a lot.
It does, actually. Yes.
So I think this is the best Star Wars stuff I've seen.
Wow. Even Mando.
Yeah. Because Mandalorian, I had no desire to watch. It blew up. I watched it. Very surprised by it.
Okay.
This I was excited to watch the show. It's just I was gonna try to watch it all at the end.
Okay.
But then I just kept a friend of the show, Ken.
Yeah.
He was Obsidian Son. I think he calls himself Papa Obsidian in his sales. He was like, you gotta watch, and he was really mad that I still haven't watched Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, I haven't watched that either.
I know.
I've heard things.
I've heard things.
I hear things.
When Mando season 3 comes up, I'll go finish that.
Way, yeah.
But I'm so glad that he bullied me into peer pressured me into watching it, because I'm enjoying it. I like the motif. Now I will say that it doesn't feel quite as sandy as it felt in the past. It feels far more inhabited.
Yes.
It doesn't feel as what you're saying.
Right.
I do see what you're saying.
Yeah, it does kind of like a Blade Runner-esque thing to it, which as a huge Blade Runner fan, I should appreciate that, but I don't want my Blade Runner motif on Tatooine. It's supposed to be like a blown out Afghanistan-esque looking planet. Mm-hmm. Tents and people mining for water, basically.
Yeah, like Mandalorian looked a lot more desolate.
Yeah.
But it's not the story that I think that we thought we were going to get, because we're 4 episodes in, and I think we've seen Luke from a distance once.
Right, when he's all like doing that on the house.
That was kind of a big surprise, is that they're making it kind of an Obi-Wan and Leia story.
Right.
Which, to Eric's point about continuity error, because we all remember, and we've seen it online, people talking about it, in her original message, you served under my father, or served with my father in the Clone Wars. And we remember when we did that cool space thing. Yeah, remember when you came and saved me because I got kidnapped?
Maybe he might mind wipe her.
He might, which I loved this idea that it's so this show takes place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and Obi-Wan thinks that the Anakin is dead. He thinks he killed him that day. I don't like that, because one, you got to be able to feel like the the darkest thing in the Force ever. A guy who was basically your kid brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, slash you were his cool uncle.
Yeah.
And you should know. However, I think that can be somewhat explained.
Well, he's always in his his hyperbaric his bath,
And you can tell that Obi-Wan, he hasn't used the Force.
Right.
He's kind of, his connection is weak, if not there at all.
If you don't use it,
you lose it, kids. All right, don't forget. All right, and yeah, man. I mean, they did a great job of really slow rolling. There's a great. You're seeing Obi-Wan use a gun a lot, which shows you, which is a great kind of sort of like correlation between the him becoming uncivilized. We all know the line when he shoots Grievous and he's like, "Oh, what such an uncivilized weapon," or whatever, and he's opting to use that
people
left and right, and has his lightsaber on him at one point, and is still choosing. Of course, there's big bounties on the Jedi head, which. God, I would like to see, to your point, an Inquisitor show where they're hunting Jedi.
Yes.
But that's a bummer, and I don't know that they want to go full bummer on us.
When we had the homeless clone trooper.
Yeah, that was cool.
They missed the really cool thing they could have done was, he's, panhandling, and then he hears, because he's got all that brainwashing and training in his head to, hunt Jedi. And the second there's an APB on a Jedi, that'd have been cool if he dumps all the money out and puts his helmet back on and just goes right out.
Like Order 66.
Yeah, just boom, clicks in his brain and starts go. How cool would that have been?
Ah, dude. Are you familiar with the Bad Batch at all? Other than the name?
We used to call this teacher the Bad Batch.
Oh, okay.
He wore tight pants and scared all of us.
Oh my gosh.
So we called him the Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch is an animated show which I haven't followed completely on Disney Plus, but it follows a group of clone troopers that are the Bad Batch because they didn't take to Order 66. Oh. So they're actually good, but there's an error in them.
That's kind of cool.
So it might be something that you would be interested in checking out.
I would.
It got great reviews. I just haven't made time for it. I should watch it in the shop, but then I won't get anything done that day. Might be a good thing, though. Might be a good thing.
They do keep some continuity. Leia does get kidnapped twice already. Yeah. So they are keeping the continuity of Leia just always getting kidnapped.
What is that the Mary Sue? As again, we've talked about this on the show in the past. Father-daughter stuff is always my jam. Sure. I didn't expect to get a Leia story where she, again, spoilers, kids, she gets abducted from Alderaan. And we get Jimmy Smits back.
Hey!
Dude, we get Bail Organa himself.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And, now we're getting this kind of adventure story with Obi-Wan and Leia, which is just really fun. She's a little annoying, but not nearly. They're doing a good job.
Okay. They're doing the best with the child actor.
Yes.
It's hard to work with kids.
It's hard
It's
hard to work with kids, and I don't think that writers, especially if you have male writers, I don't know what the writers are of this show, but I know we talk about the MCU a lot, guys, but that's our jam. But in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, I really thought America Chavez was going to annoy the crap out of me. And she didn't.
She was good. She was fine.
She was good. But I don't think that... I think that the reason it annoys is because you get a lot of guys writing those characters and they don't really know what it is.
Right. They don't have a female... It's fine. They don't have a female voice to write through because they don't have the experience.
Yeah. And it's just... It always comes off really whiny in a lot of cases. But I feel like they've been doing a good job of... Because as men, it's distracting when you have an annoying female... I mean, even Miriam from Indiana Jones, in the first Indiana Jones... She's super annoying.
Screams like half the movie.
Oh my God.
I mean, I would just say an annoying character in general.
Yeah. She's just an annoying.
There's just annoying characters all. I mean, even Short Round, is that his name?
Yeah.
He's annoying.
Child actors. And some, when they try to have the female that gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
It's like, don't make her annoying because I don't care if they save her then. It's like, oh, you're saving me a headache in this movie.
Right.
But I do like this. I'm not familiar with the actress. Her name is Vivian Leia, I think is how you say her last name. And she's playing a young Princess Leia, which a lot of people they're like,
yeah,
you can't recast. You can't recast. It's like, dude, we can't have Carrie Fisher. Two, it's a kid.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's what's making me sick a little bit is these internet trolls who are just bashing this. And I think I've seen that they watched it, but it's like their whole intent is to be cynical.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going into this hating it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like anything about it. And then they start bashing this poor child actor and say, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, that's what bumming me out a little bit. If you don't like it, fine. I'm giving you the reasons why I don't like it, but I'm not personally attacking the actors in this show. Knock that off, please. Seriously.
And Moses Ingram, who's playing a character that I'm not familiar with, Reva, who is the third sister, a part of the Inquisitors. She was getting a lot of racist hate. It's like, what the heck is going on?
Like, if Star Wars taught you anything, was it color doesn't matter.
Yeah, man.
It's good versus evil.
That's all we're here for.
That's all it is. Jeez Louise.
And I've been enjoying the character. She's a little... we're talking about Reva. Yeah, we're... Okay. But,
I want a Reva show. Give me that.
Yeah, I would watch that.
I would watch out of that.
Because she is clearly one of the kids that was in the temple.
Absolutely.
And, Vader took some to, to train up. And it's funny how they're always trying to find little ways to skirt the rule of two. Because clearly Count Dooku and Darth Maul are both serving Palpatine, right? And then they're like, well, you're not Sith, you're Inquisitors.
Yeah.
But you get a cool red lightsaber and force powers like us. But you'll never have power unless you take it.
That's a good point.
But that's still Sith stuff,
Yeah, it is Sith stuff. We're getting deep in the Sith here.
Yeah, but that's what I want. Like I want that's the only reason I'm cool with the Inquisitor stuff, because I want more Sith things.
Well, I do too, but I just feel like it's a little shoehorned in there. That's my only issue. Is like it just. I want a full, your premise of a burnt out, almost detective Jedi.
Yeah, like a noir story.
That's what I wanted, man. Yeah, noir story within the Star Wars universe.
But we're getting that. We are getting it.
It's kind of, sort of. Okay. I feel like it's cutting all over the place. And it's just like, come on, keep it simple.
To your point, we are in episode 4, and to be fair, Disney Plus has been doing this where I don't know where they're going to go, and they end up wrapping it up either well or okay, I'm ready for season 2,
Or they wrap it up like Moon Knight. We're like, what?
I liked Moon Knight. I liked it. I know I'm on an island there, guys, and that's where my fanboy blind spot comes in, and that's why we need the Icarus here.
Normally, I love weird stuff, and that was just, it was just like, what? That wasn't Moon Knight. I mean, it was, but it wasn't.
It was one of them for sure.
It was a Moon Knight.
Yeah, it was a Moon Knight. We're talking about gender fluidity. This is personality fluidity.
What's his name is gender fluid now?
Who? Loki?
No.
I think Loki is.
Oh my goodness. Why am I... Lando.
Oh yeah, they kind of, they definitely imply that, because he's kind of like, is in love with a robot or something.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Well, I thought the actor, Blvd, was actually saying that he identified as a woman. I heard that as somewhere.
I had not, but that wouldn't shock me.
And then instead of slinging Colt 45, he's slinging a new beverage. Gender fluid.
Wow, all
that to get there, kids. All of that. Follow the breadcrumbs.
For a drop of blood. But I like the addition of the third sister, the fifth brother, and I think the fourth sister. I don't know what their names are other than that. Reva is the only one that's been given a first name that I've heard. And I'm excited.
There's Tia and Tamara.
Oh, yes. You great. That's so Reva, but I'm interested in her storyline.
It's cool. There's a good backstory there.
Yes, it is a little much. I will agree with you. But it is nice to finally really know what was happening to the Jedi.
Right.
How they were getting rounded up, because it is scary.
I do like the horror aspect in there.
Yeah. So, and that's the maturing aspect of this, because the big thing that I definitely didn't see coming was how much Vader we were
get a lot of Vader.
In the episode 3, which was like blew my mind. We get some.
It is the best one thus far.
It's the best, and it's the I think we all agree that in the end of Rogue One, that like Vader sequence was by far the best Vader footage we had ever seen.
Best scene in the movie.
And now I know in Rebels and everything we get some cool Vader stuff, but live action.
Yeah, live action.
Best live action stuff we had seen was in that. I was like, oh, finally we get to see Darth Vader, because we never see him be live action awesome.
Right.
Well, They
made him cool now.
They made him even cooler. And it's awesome, because I never thought that Vader could hold a candle to Darth Maul in my mind.
Right.
But this Vader can. And even in the comics, he's great. But live action, we just hadn't seen him doing
really stiff,
so much BA stuff. And in this, it's just dark and scary. And he straight up basically drags Obi-Wan over hot coals, for lack of a better word.
He drags Obi-Wan through his least favorite thing and his second least favorite.
Yeah.
He goes from the sand to the fire.
Yeah, God, you guys. Yeah. It was amazing to see Vader just be like cut loose.
Yeah.
Really just like, but I hope we get either a really good Vader Obi-Wan fight.
Yes.
And in one where it's just like Obi-Wan has to get away. Like he can't be better than Vader, I think, at this point.
At this point, no.
You know, Vader's been honing and raging for 10 years, taking it out on kids and stuff. So, you know, he is gone. Like, Anakin Skywalker is
no Annie.
Gone. Annie. And, or we get a really awesome Obi-Wan versus the brothers and sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
We need a really cool Obi-Wan lightsaber
we need
battle.
Something. Yeah.
Do you think we get Qui-Gon Jinn appearance at some point?
I would like that.
I would like it too.
I would really old soy sauce hair.
Yeah. So I never thought he had soy sauce hair.
Have you seen Taken? He's got like the bad guy
in Taken.
job.
Oh, I thought you meant Qui-Gon. I was like, his hair. Yeah, but in Taken, his hair was jet black, Jerry Lewis black.
Eric Icarus black. I don't dye my hair.
He doesn't.
Stop it. But should we get a oh no, it's a different planet because I wanted a Watto, the fly thingy that.
Yeah, Watto would be on Tatooine. That's where Anakin's from.
Give me a Watto scene. I need Watto back.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Yeah, God, are you the voice of Watto? That's the best impression you've ever done. Like I thought I was about to barter for parts. That's how good that was.
Well, do you think? Well, I mean, would you want that scene where Vader like comes up to Watto and like just slices him in half?
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Yeah,
like why not?
Yeah,
like, he's the one that kept his mom a pretty.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like
come on, death to Watto.
Yeah, and like he doesn't go look for his like mom's lover or anything like that. Right. Like he is just, you know, Vader he's just slipping too. You know, but that's cool because it's like for him.
Yes.
He doesn't know he has kids because he's blinded by his rage, and because he doesn't. It's clouded, and I think that you see this in real life that yes, fathers love their children, but there is no better connection than a child and their mother.
No, that's a different thing.
Yeah, like if he had met the kids before, then he would know. But he has no idea that they exist.
Right.
So it does make sense.
That's how I always explained it away.
I think I needed to verbalize it to understand it because. Yeah, if I saw my kids, I would know they were out there. But if I never saw them, I don't think I'd ever know. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever know. But I think a woman would know.
Of course, it's just different. Yeah. It's very different.
Although in Kill Bill, but she never saw her child either.
She didn't either.
So there you go.
Yeah. I'm so hung up on Watto.
Yeah.
Come on, I can set the scene up.
You just want the Watto Star Wars story?
I would want him just swindling people.
Oh, man.
It'd be like Pawn Stars.
Dude, that would be hilarious. Yeah, just that like funny part of Star Wars, which it seems like they're trying to get away from.
I give you a 50 for this.
Yeah, he's got to like call in like another
lightsaber. He's like, this is fake.
Yeah,
let me call in an expert.
Yeah,
he calls in Vader.
Yeah. So, where'd you get this? Yeah. Where's the Kyber crystal?
Come on.
Again, we digress, kids. We missed you guys, and we have talked silly.
Pawn Wars.
So where does this show fall in comparison to a Marvel show that you've seen?
Oh God, it's better than Moon Knight.
Okay, all right, that's something that gives me.
Honestly, it's not as bad as everyone says it is, but it's not as good as everyone says it is. For me, it's right in the middle. It's right in the middle. I don't hate it. It's still got 2 more episodes.
Yes.
It could really jolt me back up,
and it could drop the ball.
It could drop the ball very hard, but I don't know. Like I said, we're 4 episodes in. I feel like I should be liking it more. You know, instead of feeling just kind of like.
I feel like you should be liking it more too. Yeah. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I mean
we'll do a more comprehensive review on when we finish the series. But.
So we won't talk Obi-Wan again until episode 6. You know, until the last episode finishes up. Instead of just doing the weekly thing, since we skipped so many.
Yeah.
What
did you think of O'Shea Jackson?
I don't know why he was there. He was somewhat distracting because his speech pattern is not a similar speech pattern than anybody else in the universe of Star Wars so far.
Yo, man.
Yeah, he's like got an NWA hat on, you know. But it wasn't. It was a little distracting, and you know, unnecessary sadness to follow. Sure. I'm digging the show, guys. I'd love to hear what you guys think, and we'll see what old Icarus thinks at the end.
Lift it for me and see if the force is strong with this.
It's strong with me, kids. That's our show. If you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Click that bell as well, so you know when new episodes are posted. Tickle the bell. Let me know below what you guys think of the movie.
What'd you think of it so far?
Are you in the Erik camp? Are you in the Roman camp? Or are you
in the middle?
Oh yeah. Well, you're in the middle.
I guess I'm in the middle.
Okay. Are you in the middle camp or the end camp? All right. Yeah. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Let me see. What else do I want to say? Do you have any final thoughts for us today?
I want an Obi Trice. Why didn't we get an Obi Trice cameo?
Because
instead of O'Shea Jackson, like, hey, you Obi, I'm Obi.
Obi to Obi, yeah.
Obi to Obi.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I wasn't on board, and then I got there.
Trice to Kenobi. Jesus.
Kids, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm still Erik Icarus and Jim Shooter. I'm coming for you.
That's a little inside. We'll catch you guys on the next podcast.